All right, welcome back. Thank you so much to the beautiful Sandparks Choir that have been providing the soundtrack for us the entire morning here. They really have been doing a wonderful job. In the background, it really has been nice. And 6 o'clock in the morning, that's who you've been hearing. So again, thanks to them for waking up so early to be with us here this morning. It's Wildlife Day. We've been celebrating wildlife. We've had a beautiful morning of showing you some great wildlife. Earlier we spotted some rhinos that we showed you. We also showed you some buffalo. We saw some crocodiles, some hippos. We saw an elephant a little bit in sort of dusk last night. It was beautiful. So we really have had a treat when it's come to seeing some of the wildlife. Well, when you come to the Kruger National Park, I mean, this is the best wildlife area to come and spot some game. It's beautiful. But unfortunately, as we've been telling you the entire broadcast, one of our big five is under dire threat. And it's all systems go to try and protect them. Every which way you look, there are people that are trying their best to try and ensure that the rate of rhino poaching comes down here in the country. The levels at the moment are far too high and lots needs to be done. So the anti-rhino poaching teams face a dangerous enemy daily. Poachers are increasingly, they're well equipped through poaching syndicates, and that's the reality. These are syndicates that are working. It's not individuals that are walking around and deciding, okay, well, let's poach a rhino today. These are international syndicates, and there's huge and big business and money in this. And to combat rhino poaching, the teams on patrol need efficient assistance, and this is happening through the Mission Area Joint Operations Center right here in the Kruger National Park, which we showed you in an insert a little bit earlier. Well, to tell us all about this, I've got Major General Johan Jooste. He's special projects. He's also hired from our very own SANDF. It's good to have you here, and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Stand by, Chippy. Stand by, Chippy.
All right, so it seems that we've just lost our comms to the Kruger National Park, where Leanne Manners, as well as our weatherman Philip Hawkins, has been broadcasting from this entire morning. I believe we have got our systems up and running, so let's check in with them once again.
Hi, Valen. Hopefully the sound is running once again and you can hear us. All right, good. I'm glad. So let's continue talking about that special unit that has been set up. And again, just in case you didn't get his name, I'm not sure when our sound got cut off to you. I've got the Major General Johan Jooste. He's the commanding officer for special projects here at Sandparks. Again, Major, thank you very much for joining us. The centre, it's here. We did see it. We did a nice background piece on it. Why is it so important in the fight against the poachers here in the park?
The centre itself will not win the war, but what the centre is supposed to do will. You have to coordinate the efforts of many parties in the state apparatus, private parties, alliances around the park, and you've got to ensure that you disseminate intelligence and that you react timeously and efficiently. Yeah. And that is what is happening from that centre, taking human intelligence, technical intelligence, putting it together, planning properly, and then controlling operations.
Is it a 24-hour centre? Is it run the whole time, manned the whole time?
This place gives new meaning to 24/7. It is indeed. It is manned. You've got to react. Much of poacher activities occur at night, and unfortunately a lot of poacher activities over weekends and holidays, because that's when they expect us to let our guard down.
Yeah. Anything happen overnight?
And overnight, last night?
Yeah.
Last night was a good night.
We had a good night last night.
Touch wood. Last night was a good night, and the guys got some sleep. Every night, every day you face. There's no place for emotion here. You've got to do what you've got to do and do it well.
Yeah. I mean, talk us through an average day at the centre. I would imagine you arrive there and there's constantly alarm bells going off. Something's happening on one side of the park. I mean, it's a massive park.
You've read my mail. It's an erratic lifestyle. Covering the whole area, you fight against the enemy of the rhino, we call them. They have no rules, they have no pattern, they have no law, they have no values. So you never know where, either from Mozambique, from where it mostly occurs, or from South Africa. So you've got to run a normal division, a normal department within SANParks, which is a civil service department, but always superimpose on that what happens day to day in terms of poacher occurrences, new intelligence that comes in, and the need to react, regroup, and you change it all of the time. We also live that a plan is a good basis for change.
Yeah. When an alarm bell is rung, there is you've either been tipped off and you hear that there is poaching happening somewhere in the park. What happens? Who is dispatched? What is the process there for?
You immediately assess the situation, compare it with other intelligence, and look where the closest forces are to that flashpoint. You normally have a reaction team on standby. The timing to dispatch the reaction team is critical. You can dispatch them too early and make them tired before they do the real job. Sometimes you can dispatch them too late. So you've got to be hands-on right there and make sure that situational awareness informs your decision.
I mean, it takes, I would imagine, it's, you know, for somebody like me that doesn't know anything about it, it would take me a lifetime to try and do something like that, to cut the horn off of a rhino. But these guys are professionals. How long does it take them? I mean, what is your time frame to get them and to catch them?
Very short. It can be shorter than 15 minutes, but let's work on 15 minutes.
Wow.
Now, either you see the poachers and you can react, you engage them, or you often hear the shot, and then you've got to react very fast. Because a shot doesn't give you an exact location, but you've still got to react and try and get them then. They would have killed, they will have the horn, but at least you can bring them to justice.
So 15 minutes, they drop the rhino, they kill it, they go, they cut the horn off, and they're out of there. That's it. 15 minutes is all you have.
Indeed.
Wow. This must have a massive psychological effect on the individuals that are working in this unit.
This rhino war, like we call it, is not good to people. It's not good to the poachers, to the poachers' families, and it's not good to the rangers. It's never ending, and it will not soon end, because we're in this for a long haul. The strain placed on rangers individually, day to day, and on their families is profound. And we have a ranger wellness program to try and make sure that spiritually, that psychologically and socially we support them well with the help of specialists.
You would need that, you would absolutely need that, because I mean, seeing on a day-to-day basis these beautiful animals being taken down, and also, I mean, you have to, at the end of the day, put your life at risk and go after other people's lives, just, you know, to protect our country, and these are our animals.
To understand it better, we must remember that the rangers are bound by rules of engagement. So if I see the poacher, that's only the start of it. I must stalk it, otherwise it will run away. Once I come close enough, I challenge the poacher, and only then can I arrest the poacher. And that takes enormous emotional energy, and that immediately becomes a crime scene, where it's investigated, what happened, and all of that a ranger goes back today, having done a good job, but always there will be a tomorrow, and always what about today's crime scene and the investigation around it.
Well, we appreciate all of the work that you're doing, and I must say I have a newfound respect for the work that's doing to protect our rhino species here in South Africa, and thanks to guys like you. Thank you very, very much, General.
Thank you very much.
All right, joining us here, this was Major General Johan Jooste. He's a commanding officer through the special units that are on a day-to-day basis working, as you heard, 24/7 and giving 24/7 a new meaning to try and protect the rhinos here in the park. All right.